What is happening in the world of entertainment and beyond? The news cycle is moving at lightning speed, and you need to stay ahead of the curve. Welcome back to Cyrus Spotlight, where we break down the stories that matter fast. We've got a packed show for you today, from the latest in Hollywood drama to relationship comedies that are causing a stir. First up, we're diving deep into the much-talked-about comedy, Splitsville, starring Dakota Johnson and Adria Arjona. Is this R-rated flick the laugh riot everyone is claiming, or is it just another misfire in a genre that's hard to get right? We've got the full breakdown on whether this movie delivers the laughs or falls flat. Next, we're shifting gears to the music world, where a major artist has just dropped a surprise album that's already breaking records and dividing fans. What's behind this sudden release, and what does it mean for the charts and the artist's legacy? You're going to want to hear this. And finally, we're tracking a developing story out of the tech industry as a controversial new AI policy is being implemented that could change how we interact with technology forever. What are the implications, and who stands to gain or lose? All that and more, right here on Cyrus Spotlight. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update. Splitsville is making waves, but is it a comedy hit or miss? This R-rated comedy, starring Dakota Johnson and Adria Arjona, attempts to tackle modern marriage and male friendship with a heavy dose of humor. Directed by Michelangelo Cavino and co-written and co-starring Kyle Marvin, the film follows a couple whose marriage is on the rocks and seeks advice from friends with a seemingly perfect, open marriage, leading to a cascade of comedic chaos. While touted as an unromantic comedy, Splitsville delves into the complexities of relationships, exploring themes of honesty, betrayal, and the messy realities behind closed doors. The film features standout physical comedy, particularly between Cavino and Marvin, reminiscent of their previous work in The Climb. However, critics note that the film struggles to make its main characters likable, often leaving the audience questioning their motivations and relationships. Dakota Johnson and Adria Arjona, while delivering solid performances, are sometimes relegated to supporting roles in a narrative focused on the male friendships. The movie has sparked discussion online, with audiences and critics debating its comedic effectiveness and its portrayal of modern relationships. Some praise its honest, albeit messy, depiction of human struggles, while others find it uneven and lacking in emotional depth. The film's visual style, shot on 35mm, has also been noted for its unique aesthetic. But is this the laugh-out-loud hit it's marketed to be? We've got the full verdict on Splitsville and what you need to know before you see it. Is this the laugh-out-loud hit it's marketed to be? Splitsville, directed by Michelangelo Cavino and starring Dakota Johnson and Adria Arjona, is an R-rated comedy that dives headfirst into the complexities of modern relationships. The premise kicks off when Ashley Arjona asks her husband Kyle Marvin, for a divorce after a near-fatal car accident. Seeking solace, Carrie turns to his best friend Paul Cavino and his wife Julie Johnson, who reveal their secret to marital bliss, an open relationship. What follows is a cascade of unpredictable events, pushing the boundaries of comedy and exploring the messy fallout of honesty, betrayal, and jealousy. The film is noted for its blend of slapstick humor, with Cavino and Marvin engaging in extensive physical comedy and moments of introspection. Critics have pointed out that while the chemistry between Marvin and Cavino is strong, the film's protagonists can be difficult to root for, and the female characters are sometimes sidelined. Johnson, in particular, brings her signature understated arrogance to the role of Julie. Audience reactions are mixed, with some appreciating the film's raw honesty and comedic ambition, while others find it uneven and lacking in relatability. The visual style, characterized by its 35mm cinematography, has been praised for adding a unique aesthetic. The film is currently in theaters and rated R for language, sexual content, and graphic nudity. But does this unromantic comedy truly deliver on its promise of messy, honest portrayals? We've got the full verdict on Splitsville and what you need to know before you see it. This movie, we're marketing it as an unromantic comedy because it really is messy. It feels bad. It doesn't end well, Johnson said. Dakota Johnson, star of the upcoming comedy Splitsville, is opening up about the film's unconventional approach to romance. In a recent interview, Johnson described the movie as an unromantic comedy, emphasizing its messy and often painful portrayal of relationships. The people are hurting, and I think that a lot of people are hurting in the world, and I would love if we had movies that were honest portrayals of what human beings are really going through, she stated. The film, directed by Michelangelo Cavino and co-written with star Kyle Marvin, explores divorce, open relationships, and the crossing of boundaries among a group of friends. Cavino noted that while the themes of open relationships might seem modern, they have been a part of human exploration for a long time, alongside the challenges of monogamy, betrayal, and friendship. Splitsville aims to offer an honest look at relationship dynamics, moving away from traditional romantic comedy tropes. Johnson, who also produced the film, believes that films exploring these complex themes are crucial for audiences. The movie's commitment to depicting the struggles and pain within relationships is a key aspect of its narrative, promising a raw and unfiltered cinematic experience. But is this honest portrayal enough to make Splitsville a must-watch? We've got the full verdict on Splitsville and what you need to know before you see it. The advice that these three adults impart onto Russ in this moment is emblematic of their differing approaches to relationships, and a microcosm of how those approaches have led them astray thus far. Splitsville, directed by Michelangelo Cavino and co-written with star Kyle Marvin, is a comedy that tests the boundaries of honesty and relationships. The film centers on a group of friends whose lives become entangled in a web of infidelity, divorce, and unconventional relationship dynamics. The narrative is driven by the characters' often flawed approaches to truth, whether it's denial, half-truths, or brutal honesty, leading to a series of chaotic and comedic situations. At its core, Splitsville explores the anxieties of modern romantic relationships, not just the fear of being alone, but the fear of being honest with oneself and others. The story is set in motion by a fatal car accident that exposes Ashley's, Adria Arjona, infidelity and desire for a divorce from Carrie, Marvin. Carrie then turns to his friends Paul, Cavino, and Julie, Dakota Johnson, who advocate for an open marriage, a concept that soon unravels under Carrie's own too honest tendencies. Splitsville is praised for its visual storytelling and dynamic cinematography, capturing chaotic moments like a house-trashing fight scene with impressive real-time choreography. The film's humor stems from the characters' consistently poor decisions regarding truth and relationships, leading to a cyclical narrative where characters often end up back where they started. Despite the potential for dullness due to a lack of forward momentum, the characters' eccentricities keep the film engaging. Audience and critical reception highlight the film's cleverness and visual appeal, likening its comedic sensibilities to a blend of Judd Apatow and Elaine May. However, some find the characters unlikable and the narrative uneven. The film is currently in theaters and rated R. But does this exploration of relationship anxieties translate into a truly satisfying cinematic experience? We've got the full verdict on Splitsville and what you need to know before you see it. And that wraps up our deep dive into Splitsville. We covered the hilarious highs and the awkward lows of this R-rated comedy starring Dakota Johnson and Adria Arjona. We broke down the messy relationship dynamics and whether the film lives up to the hype. Make sure you've liked this video, subscribe to Cyrus Spotlight, and hit that notification bell. Comment below with your thoughts on Splitsville and what you want us to cover next. And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content.